Welcome, Aquarius. This is a quiet space. There is nothing you need to do and nothing you need to follow. If you're listening while resting, allow your body to become still. If you're listening in the background, that's perfectly fine too. You are safe here. This video is designed to be slow, predictable, and unhurried. Take a gentle breath in through your nose and let it out slowly through your mouth. There's no need to change your breathing. Just notice it. As the minutes pass, you may feel your shoulders soften, your jaw loosen, and your body settle more deeply into where you are. If your thoughts wander, that's okay. You don't need to bring them back. You can simply let them drift. In a moment, I'll begin sharing quiet, neutral observations about this zodiac sign. There's no story to follow and nothing to remember. You can listen or you can rest. Either way is fine. If this quiet space helps you relax, you're warmly invited to like, share, or subscribe. Your gentle support allows me to keep creating more peaceful, sleepy astrology just for you. Let's begin Aquarius. Aquarius's core identity. Aquarius is known as a fixed air sign. This means it combines the steadiness of fixed energy with the mental focus of air. Fixed signs tend to hold ideas for long periods of time. They are not quick to abandon a concept once it has formed. In Aquarius, this creates persistence in thinking rather than emotion or action. Air signs relate to thought, patterns, and ideas. Aquarius processes the world through observation and mental frameworks. Feelings are often filtered through logic before being expressed. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, its modern ruler. Uranus is associated with change, disruption, and innovation. It governs sudden insights, new systems, and alternative ways of organizing society. Traditionally, Aquarius was ruled by Saturn. Saturn relates to structure, rules, and long-term responsibility. This influence gives Aquarius a strong interest in systems that last over time. Because of these dual rulers, Aquarius often balances rebellion with order. It questions existing structures while also wanting to improve them rather than remove them entirely. Aquarius is commonly associated with innovation, systems, and reform. It tends to focus on how groups function rather than individuals alone. The sign is often drawn to large-scale ideas such as social change, technology, or future planning. Aquarius feels most aligned when thinking beyond the present moment. Its attention naturally moves toward what could exist rather than what already does. Rather than reacting emotionally to the present, Aquarius observes patterns over time. It notices trends, cycles, and long-term outcomes. This makes the sign more comfortable with ideas than immediate experiences. In essence, Aquarius operates from a distance. It watches, considers, and redesigns. It belongs to the future more than the moment. Aquarian personality traits. Aquarian personalities are often described as independent. It appears as self-directed thinking rather than a need to oppose others. Aquarius tends to form conclusions privately. Once an idea feels correct, it does not require external validation. This can make Aquarian individuals seem self-sufficient in their viewpoints. Many Aquarians are emotionally self-contained. They experience emotion, but often process it internally. Feelings are examined rather than immediately shared. This emotional containment can appear as distance. Emotions are observed before being expressed. Aquarius is typically concept-driven rather than feeling-driven. Decisions are often made through principles, logic, or long-term impact. Personal emotion is not ignored, but it is rarely the primary guide. Aquarians tend to ask questions such as, does this make sense? Or, does this align with my values? Rather than asking how something feels in the moment, they often consider how it functions over time. Aquarius is generally comfortable standing apart from groups. This does not mean social isolation. It often means maintaining mental independence even when participating. Aquarians can be present without fully blending in. They observe group dynamics while remaining slightly separate. This allows them to see systems more clearly. Many Aquarians are described as different from early life. This difference is not always visible or dramatic. It may show up as unusual interests, independent thinking, or emotional reserve. From a young age, Aquarius may feel slightly out of sync with peers, not disconnected, but not fully aligned either. This sensation often becomes familiar over time. Rather than trying to correct this difference, many Aquarians eventually accept it as normal. Standing apart becomes a neutral state rather than a problem. In quiet ways, Aquarius learns to exist on its own wavelength, thinking independently, observing carefully, remaining emotionally contained. The Aquarian mind. The Aquarian mind tends to think in systems, networks, and patterns. Rather than focusing on individual events, it looks for structure. It notices how parts connect to form a whole. The Aquarian mind is naturally future-focused. Thoughts often move toward what could happen rather than what is happening now. This future orientation is usually quiet. It appears as planning, imagining, or mentally testing outcomes. Aquarius often runs several timelines in parallel. Aquarius is generally more comfortable with ideas than emotions. Ideas feel stable, observable, and manageable. Emotions feel less predictable and harder to organize. When emotions arise, the Aquarian mind often steps back. It watches the feeling rather than becoming immersed in it. This creates emotional distance without emotional absence. This can make Aquarius appear detached or impatient. In reality, the mind has already moved forward. It is waiting for the conversation to catch up. Overall, the Aquarian mind is quiet but active. It observes patterns. It moves ahead. It remains more engaged with ideas than immediate emotional experience. Emotional processing style. Aquarius often experiences emotions intellectually first. When a feeling arises, it is usually examined before it is expressed. The mind engages before the body reacts. Aquarius typically needs space to process feelings. This space may be physical, mental, or social. Distance allows clarity. Without space, emotions can feel overwhelming or undefined. With space, they become understandable and manageable. Time is an important part of emotional regulation for Aquarius. Aquarius can appear detached while feeling deeply for someone. The depth of feeling is internal rather than visible. Emotional intensity is not always shown outwardly. Because expression is restrained, others may misinterpret the response. Silence can be mistaken for indifference. In reality, processing is still occurring. Aquarius tends to value emotional fairness over emotional intensity. It is more concerned with balance than dramatic expression. Fairness feels safer than intensity. Aquarius does not rush emotional conclusions. It waits until understanding feels complete. Only then does it respond. Emotion for Aquarius is something to be understood, not avoided, not exaggerated, simply processed. Relationships and attachment. Aquarius tends to approach relationships thoughtfully. Connection is important, but it is rarely rushed. Attachment develops gradually over time. Aquarius often values mental connection first. Shared ideas, conversations, and perspectives create the foundation. Emotional closeness usually follows understanding. When given enough independence, Aquarius can remain deeply loyal. Without autonomy, connection may feel restrictive. Freedom supports attachment rather than weakens it. Aquarius may appear emotionally reserved in relationships. This does not indicate a lack of care. It reflects a preference for steady, measured closeness. Expressions of affection are often subtle. Consistency matters more than intensity. Presence matters more than display. Aquarius tends to form attachments based on shared values. Fairness, respect, and mutual understanding are prioritized. Emotional drama is generally avoided. In conflict, Aquarius often seeks objectivity. It tries to understand all perspectives involved. Emotional reactions may be delayed. This delay can feel distant to others. For Aquarius, it is a way to prevent impulsive responses. Resolution feels more important than emotional release. Once trust is established, Aquarius remains stable in attachment. Aquarius connects best when allowed to remain true to oneself. Independent, thoughtful, emotionally fair. Aquarius and social bonds. Aquarius often relates to others through shared purpose. Social bonds form around ideas, causes, or mutual interests. Connection is frequently built through collaboration rather than emotion. Aquarius tends to feel comfortable within groups, but not always emotionally embedded within them. Participation does not require full immersion. In social settings, Aquarius often observes first. It notices dynamics, roles, and patterns of interaction. Understanding the system comes before engaging deeply. Aquarius may maintain a sense of distance in social bonds. This distance is usually intentional. It allows perspective and emotional regulation. Friendships are often based on respect and independence. There is room for separation without threat to the bond. Consistency matters more than constant contact. Aquarius is frequently described as socially open, yet personally private. Many people may know the Aquarian individual. Fewer know them deeply. Aquarius often feels a strong connection to humanity as a whole. Concern for collective well-being can outweigh individual attachment. Large-scale issues feel more approachable than personal emotion. Because of this, Aquarius may invest energy in communities, movements, or causes. These social bonds feel meaningful and aligned. They offer structure and shared direction. Aquarius tends to show care through ideas, support, or problem solving. Rather than emotional affirmation, they offer insight. Rather than closeness, they offer reliability. Social bonds for Aquarius function best when flexible, when individuality is respected, when connection does not require emotional intensity. Aquarians in love. Aquarians tend to approach love thoughtfully. Romantic attachment usually develops gradually. Love is often built through understanding rather than immediacy. Aquarius is often drawn to partners who stimulate the mind. Conversation, shared ideas, and mutual curiosity create attraction. Mental compatibility is usually noticed before emotional intensity. In love, Aquarius values freedom within connection. Closeness is important, but autonomy remains essential. Space allows affection to feel stable rather than restrictive. Aquarians may not express love in overt or dramatic ways. Affection is often shown through consistency. Presence and reliability replace grand emotional gestures. Emotional expression in love can appear restrained. Feelings are real, but often processed privately. Time is used to understand emotion before sharing it. Aquarians may struggle with people who are possessive or are emotionally dependent. These dynamics can feel limiting. Mutual independence creates safety. Once committed, Aquarius is generally loyal. Attachment is steady rather than impulsive. Change is approached carefully, not fearfully. Aquarians often love in a way that is calm, supportive, unobtrusive. Love for Aquarius is something to maintain, something to understand, something to allow room to breathe. Aquarius and humanity. Aquarius often shows a natural interest in social issues. This interest is usually intellectual rather than emotional. It begins with observation and analysis. Aquarius is frequently concerned with the bigger picture. Immediate outcomes are less important than long-term impact. Decisions are weighed against future consequences. Aquarius often feels a quiet responsibility toward future generations. The future is treated as something real and ongoing. Choices made now are evaluated for how they will affect what comes next. Aquarius is generally motivated by reform rather than control. It seeks to improve systems without dominating them. Change is meant to be functional, not personal. Power itself is rarely the goal. Efficiency, fairness, and sustainability are more important. Structures are adjusted rather than enforced. Aquarius tends to imagine how society could operate differently, not perfectly, just more logically. Humanity for Aquarius is not abstract. It is a system in progress, one that can be improved over time. Aquarius strengths and limitations. Aquarius strengths are often found in the mind. This sign tends to think clearly and independently. Original ideas form without much external influence. Aquarius is often skilled at seeing patterns. Connections between concepts are noticed quickly. This allows for innovative thinking and problem solving. Another strength is objectivity. Aquarius can step back from emotional intensity. This creates fairness and balanced judgment. Aquarius is also consistent in its values. Once a principle is established, it is maintained. Aquarius may focus so heavily on ideas that details are overlooked. Practical follow-through can require effort. Implementation is sometimes delayed. Aquarius' strengths and limitations are closely linked. Clarity can become distance. Independence can become isolation. Neither quality exists alone. They operate together, quietly shaping how Aquarius moves through the world. Let's quietly close with an Aquarian summary. Aquarius is often quiet in its influence. It observes rather than reacts. It thinks before it moves. As a fixed air sign, Aquarius remains steady in thought. Ideas are held carefully. Change is considered, not rushed. Aquarius looks beyond the present moment. Its attention naturally moves toward the future. Emotion is experienced thoughtfully, processed slowly, expressed with restraint. In relationships, Aquarius values fairness and autonomy. Connection exists without possession. Care is shown through consistency. Socially, Aquarius stands slightly apart, close enough to observe, far enough to remain clear. Aquarius is often concerned with humanity as a whole, with outcomes that extend beyond the individual. Strengths and limitations exist side by side. Independence and distance, clarity and detachment. Aquarius does not rush to belong. It does not demand attention. It simply continues thinking forward. This is the Aquarian rhythm, quiet, observant, future-oriented. And now, There is nothing else to consider, nothing to solve, nothing to hold on to. Drifting towards sleep, let go of the day. Your Aquarian mind rests. Sleep well.